Hello, my beautiful people. How are you? Yes, I'm about to review the Scary Stories movie. I was so excited for this movie to come out. Scary Stories, I think started reading them when I was in second grade. It's what got me into reading. I've have really never been a fan of reading, but Scary Stories kind of got me into reading, and it was like my first kind of taste of, you know, scary stuff, horror stuff. Um, of course, me being me, I had to get the book series and read up on all these for a refresher before I went to go see this movie. By the way, shout out to Coffin Cottons for the shirt. Love this. I went to the theater last night to watch it, and I had so many people, oh, where'd you get it? Where you get it? Where you get it? I'm like, Coffin Cottons. Go ahead. It is not pricey. um, so yeah, let me get into this review. First, I'm gonna rate it before I fully go into it. Um, Spoiler alerts. So if you don't want any spoilers, you haven't seen the movie, I say stop, time out, pause. But if you don't care, keep watching. Uh, so my initial rating, I give it a 7 or 8. It was a pretty good movie. I would watch it again, definitely. But I had a few issues with it. Um, I like the fact that that the characters in the movie, um, like the way they kind of got killed off in a sense or disappeared. Um, there's this book where uh, it would it would write on like make stories of its own of the character in the movie, which would follow one of the many stories in the book series. Um, I loved the cinematography. That's how I say it, right? Cinema. I can't speak. I'm fucking this up. Sorry. The cinema. The cinematography. There you go. Um, I love the time era, the late 1960s. The color schemes just very laid back, old school, little town, middle of nowhere, in the middle of autumn. Just loved it. Um, for these characters, to make them you know, one of the things the story's good, known for is the artwork. I mean, that's another shocking thing is just the artwork. I mean, come on. Hello. um, they made the characters. I'm impressed. Obviously it's CGI stuff, but I'm impressed how very close they made these creepy characters look in the movie. Um, but I have a few things. So the lady on my shirt. Nice. Let me find her story. Hang on. Sorry. So originally, she's from a story called The Haunted House. If you see the movie, I can't find this. If you see the movie, uh, you'll see that this character to the story that they kind of attached her to is not the correct one. And I know people are gonna be like, "It's just a movie, whatever," but I'm a die-hard scary stories person. Where is this? So yeah, she's from. Here it is. They do have the haunted house story in the movie to an extent, like a very small extent. So yeah, line it up. She's from haunted house, but they attach her to the story Big Toe. As you can see, it's not the same thing. So Big Toe, it's someone, if you haven't read the stories, someone basically eats a dead person's toe in a stew. In the story, it's someone cuts it off, brings it to his family. They eat it. He goes to bed, and then he hears the sound of someone saying, "Where is my big toe?" Which they have in the movie. Now, in the movie, the kid runs and hides, but it's this lady coming after him. I'm like, that's the wrong story. What was the other one? My Toe D Walker. My Tai Toe T Walker. That's how you pronounce it, right? Yeah. Sorry. The original story, it's nothing like what they did in the movie. And I know people are going to be like, really? Like, I should know better, that not all movies, when they do it off of books, are the same. I know, I get that, yes. But when these are all full of, like, they're short little stories. I mean, obviously they didn't do every single one. But first of all, line the characters up correctly with artwork to story. But they're small enough where you can go, like, exactly how the story should be. My Tai Toe T Walker, it's this, like, weird sound coming from the chimney, but then the dog's supposed to be speaking, like, a response back to this weird voice, and then the head rolls down the chimney. They kind of did, what was it, the Jangle Man? He's from a different story. So you kind of have that mixed in with another story, and just kind of crosses over, and it's just, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hate on it. I love the movie, that was great, but I think they should have gone a little more closer. You know, if they're gonna match these characters up with the story, they should match them up right. Even Haunted House, when they got to that section of the movie, I was a little disappointed, because Haunted House was my favorite out of all these stories. Hello. It's basically a priest comes to a haunted house. You know, it's said, forever this house is haunted. And then an apparition comes to this priest saying that she was murdered by this person, that her remains are buried in the basement. Take my finger, put it in the donation basket. My finger will attach to my murderer. He'll get caught. Obviously bury my remains, and then you can have my fortune. To an extent, they made that story in the movie like it was written, but more towards the girl from the family that was corrupt. But yeah, I'm not gonna hate. I love the movie. Just should have made it a little closer to the actual books. I did love, though, that what was another thing? They have, if you haven't read the books, they have like music and songs in here. Sorry, I'm trying to find the one. I should have had these like bookmarked, to be honest. Here we go. So one of the scenes, and I was excited when they put this in, there's a music box, and it plays a Her song. If you don't know, it's in the book, and they even have, the actual, what do you call it, sheet music to it? I don't know. I don't remember. But I was excited when they had the music box playing the song. I'm like, yes! I was gave me chills, made me excited. I think that was a great idea adding that in there as one of the many scary stories. Now, like I said, if you haven't seen it, you probably would stop watching right now. But at the end, they did leave it open for another one, which I have a feeling they might do a Scary Stories 2. Because, I mean, well, hello, more Scary Stories, book number 2. There's 3 books to the series. But, I don't know, I don't entirely like nowadays how they leave like small little cliffhangers in case if they want to go into making a new another movie to the series. Sorry, my dogs. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed it. I'd see it again. I will say, you know, people who, you read these, you enjoyed them, obviously read them again. What do you call? There's this other company who, they made like, I guess you call the grown-up version of it. They have, Valley View Cemetery, Cold Corpse, at Cemetery Gates, year 1. They made a second one, which I'm trying to get my hands on. This is like Scary Stories all grown up. I mean, like, the artwork, it's insane in this one too. Like, that one doesn't really have it that much. Yeah, like, I mean, come on, line it up. Like, if you haven't read this yet as a kid, go read it now, or read them before you go see the movie. You want the all grown up version, definitely get your hands on these. Who's it by again? By Brill and Sullivan. I hope I said that correctly. Illustrations by Chad Wheeler. Obviously, it's not the original person it's not Alvin Schwartz and Stephen Gamo, but like I said, it's Scary Stories all grown up. None of these disappoint. None of them. So I highly recommend reading the books. Because I'm one, and I love these because they're all short stories. Because I can't sit down and I can't read like a straight, book and remember, like, go back to it and remember what I read. So these are like all short stories, and they're great. Like when you want to read a little bit, you read the stories, you can put it down, go off, do whatever you got to do, and then pick it up like 5 weeks later. Because that's the story of my life right there. But thank you for watching. I know I babbled a few times, and I got distracted a few times. Sorry. But yeah, definitely go see the movie. Buy the book series. Buy the other book series. Get yourself an awesome Scary Story shirt. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you.